The sad thing about many self-improvement videos today is that they neglect the importance of constructing a solid foundation before attempting self-improvement. It's no surprise why their advice only provides temporary solutions, and at best they only work for a couple of weeks, or until the adrenaline rush they create dies along every motivation they give you when you watch the videos. Truthfully, you can't start any successful self-improvement journey without first creating a foundation that would help you remain accountable, dedicated, and persistent in achieving your goals. Trying to self-improve without constructing a positive foundation that would eradicate self-doubt is like running on a treadmill. You'd expend a lot of energy, but wouldn't necessarily get anywhere. What's worse is that you might be tempted to believe you're doing the right thing because of how much energy and effort you put into it. To actually start self-improvement, you must self-destruct. Wait a minute, self-destruct? Isn't that too dramatic? Well, don't stress it, because we're not referring to the use of IEDs. Instead, we're talking about tearing down the old, shaky, and already existing foundations to build new ones that will contribute to your self-improvement journey. That's what this video is about. The pre-steps to starting a self-improvement that actually works. What is self-destruction? Now, self-destruction might sound dramatic, but it can creep into our lives in surprising ways. It's not always about grand gestures. It's often the little voice in our heads that's holding us back. Imagine you decide to finally get serious about learning guitar. You're pumped by a shiny new instrument, and crickets. Weeks turn into months. The guitar gathers dust in the corner, and that initial excitement fizzles out. What happened? Self-destruction in this case might be the voice whispering doubts like you're gonna be terrible anyway, or this is a waste of time, you don't have the talent. These are your limiting beliefs, and they're like a bully on the playground, stopping you from even trying. As bad as self-destruction habits sound, they're essentially a protection our minds have created to shield us from heartbreaks like we've experienced in the past. There are many reasons for this self-imposed protection, which could be from past failures or the fear of judgment. However, self-destruction exists only to keep us comfortable. It's always easier to stay stuck to familiar terrain than to risk putting ourselves out there where there are many uncertainties. So, here's a 3-step actionable plan to help you break free from self-destruction. Identify the voice, challenge the narrative, and replace the voice with empowerment. Step 1. Identify the voice. There's a saying that the first step to finding a solution is identifying the problem. It's especially true in this case because recognizing the voice will help you identify where to start and how to troubleshoot the problem. So, start now and think about the last time you caught yourself procrastinating or feeling discouraged. What were the familiar thoughts that popped into your head? Go back to those moments and listen to the thoughts again swirling around. What are they telling you? Step 2. Challenge the narrative. After you identify these negative thoughts, the next step is to challenge these thoughts and investigate why your mind uses these thoughts to protect you, and what your mind is protecting you from. Asking yourself, are these thoughts true? And do I believe in these thoughts? More often than not, they're just outdated beliefs and not facts. Step 3. Replace with empowerment. Now that you've addressed the many limiting beliefs and self-destructive systems in your foundation, replace those doubts with more empowering statements. I've discovered that the best way to empower yourself is by focusing on the small wins that you're proud of, regardless of how much you might have failed in many things. The fact that you tried is a win. And there are many other empowering, significant wins you can identify from your life. Try to be optimistic. Instead of seeing the glass cup half empty, think of it as half full. Tell yourself, I can learn this, or I'm gonna give it my best shot. Confronting your fears. Addressing self-destructive habits is never easy, and many times you fall short. However, the key is to never give up and to become as resilient as your fears. We all have fears and insecurities that hold us back in life, whether it's the fear of public speaking, starting a new business, or trying something completely out of your comfort zone. These anxieties can keep us stuck in a rut. But what if I told you that the secret to overcoming these fears is to confront them head on? It's easy to get caught up in the cycle of worrying about what could go wrong, but the truth is, the only way to break free is to face your fears. Think about the thing you're most afraid of doing. Maybe it's giving a presentation at work, or finally starting that side hustle you've been dreaming about. Whatever it is, I challenge you to take the first step towards making it happen. Public speaking. Let's say your biggest fear is public speaking. You dread the idea of standing in front of a room full of people, all eyes on you, palms sweating, heart racing. It's a common fear, but one that can hold you back from so many amazing opportunities. Instead of avoiding it at all costs, why not sign up for a public speaking class or join a local Toastmasters group? Putting yourself in a supportive environment where you can get practice and get feedback is a game changer. Starting a business. Maybe your fear is more entrepreneurial in nature. You have this incredible business idea, but every time you sit down to write a business plan, you get paralyzed by self-doubt. What if it fails? What if I run out of money? What if no one buys my product? These are all valid concerns, but they shouldn't stop you from at least trying. So try breaking everything down into smaller steps, like market research, creating prototypes, reaching out to potential investors, finding buyers. Celebrate each milestone, and don't be afraid to ask for help along the way. It should always be about demolishing the little whimper voice in your head that whispers you're lazy, weak, or you'll never achieve anything anyway. It's best to always focus on your next step. Going one step at a time helps you focus more on what you should do now, rather than worrying about how your results might not be very pleasing. Trying something new. Sometimes our fears are more general. We're afraid of change, of stepping outside of our comfort zones, of trying something completely new. Maybe it's learning a new language, traveling solo, or taking up a new hobby. Whatever it is, remember that the only way to grow is to challenge yourself. It might be scary at first, but the sense of accomplishment you'll feel when you conquer that fear is unbeatable. Remember, confronting your fears isn't about reckless abandon. It's about dismantling your fearful, weak identity piece by piece. It's about proving to yourself that you're stronger than your anxieties, and that you have the power to create the life that you want. So, what are you waiting for? Take that first step, and watch as your world expands in ways you never thought possible. Conclusion. Overcoming procrastination is not just about managing your time better or setting smart goals. It's about addressing the deeper issues that fuel your procrastination, your fears, and any negative self-image. This will require taking the time to examine yourself, confront these obstacles, and lay a foundation for a better and more productive version of yourself. So, grab the sledgehammer and try breaking down those barriers. Only then can you step into a future where success and growth are within reach. Also, remember that the journey to self-improvement is always ongoing, and that you never actually fail until you stop trying. And every step you take toward becoming the better you is a step closer to success. Congratulations on embarking on this journey of growth, transformation, and self-improvement. Keep trying to demolish those barriers and watch as your potential unfolds before you. Thank you for watching, and until next time, keep striving for greatness.